Cool. Okay, so today, this week, we will be learning about a little bit about the Git. Pretty much like we will cover all the Git version control, and we will learn a little bit about the Bash. So it's more like a Bash scripting part one. Okay, I will just prepare this one. Okay, so I will just increase the volume. Okay, so scripting about Git and introductions to Bash scripting. That should be part one. Cool. So has anyone here used Git or SVN before, or do you guys know about the SVN, like at your workplace, or I don't know, maybe on the other course? Cool. So that's fine. So so previous technology before the Git stuff, because Git is developed by Linus Torvalds. I think that's his name. Yeah, I believe Linus. So he's the one that created all the Unix. So this Git is developed by him. So just right before the Git stuff, like the Git technology, the most popular version control systems, that's SVN. So SVN, so pretty much like between Git and SVN, that they are both have similarities. So I believe like I don't know, like I believe like in the up there, when you probably when you work on different companies, sometimes apparently like I don't know, mostly like in government, because like government tend to slightly a little bit slow in terms of catching up the technology. You might like find that they are still using SVN. So pretty much both of them, they are all the version control, but they are the concept is totally different. Like here, the concept of Git is distributed, whereas like the SVN is centralized. So SVN stands for Subversion. I believe that's subversioning. I couldn't remember. That's subversioning. I remember, as far as I remember. So this is the whole concept, just for your information. So like myself, like I work like as a web developer. Like we use in the past, like I used SVN. So it was a bit. It's very easy. It's very easy to use because like SVN doesn't really have like a lot of functions comparing to Git. But since it is centralized, there is like one major issues by using SVN. So for example, like let's say SVN, since it's centralized, SVN doesn't really have like the server where you can push. So all the SVN server can only be installed everything inside in your PC. So for example, like if your PC blows up and that's it, you lose your entire code. So by using SVN, pretty much you have to plug in your external hard drive, and then you have to transfer the code the code separately, or you have to create a dedicated server, make it looks like distributed, which is very expensive. That's the idea of SVN. But again, like the advantage or benefit by using SVN, you don't really have like a steep learning curve by using SVN, because like it's pretty straightforward. Whereas like Git is like this. So Git is distributed. Like I believe you've already experienced using Git on your first assignment. So you have your let's say you're a developer, you have your own local repo here, and then once you've done your work in your local repo, you can just simply push your repo to server. So that's the whole idea of Git. But I will just advise you, like if you use Git, you need to often commit your changes, or else it's gonna take ages for you to push your code. So that's Git. Okay, so again, this is just like a probably quick review, So before you use Git, you need to create your Git account and then create your remote or repo, like a project, and then connect your local project to your empty folder, which I will just quickly show you. Today we will. The next one will be like this is like the common Git comments that you will use, like such as like Git Clone. I believe you've already used this one, Git Clone. I'm not too sure. Have you tried using Git status before? Any of you? Okay, that's fine. We will explore this one. Git. I'll just use this one. Okay, I will just show you how to create branch here. I believe you have used git add, git commit, git log. I will show you, and this one where you can set your author name and author email address. So normally you can't really commit or push your code before you set your author name or author email address. Okay, that's you might have. Let me check on my other monitor, because I'm opening your lab sheets. Hopefully you open up your lab sheets as well, so we can just have a quick look. On page 1, you will see the git init and git init switch or dash bear. So that's the difference. So I've already attached some screenshots for that. So if you type the git init, it will just create like a hidden folder git, and then inside that hidden folder, it is what you will be seeing if you run the git init dash bear. Does that make sense? So pretty much like if you open up this ls.git, you will see this list. And let me double. You need to run the git init in the folder that you intend to do your work. So you cannot just specify anyway, because like I will just show you a demo on that. So so that's the whole point, and it will raise like some questions like, hey, when are we gonna use git init, and when are we gonna use like inside your assignment to folder? That's right. Yes, yes. Yeah, you might maybe on your exams you might be asked like, hey, what's the difference between the git init and git init dash dash pair, and then what's when are we gonna use init, or when are we gonna use dash dash pair? So so you will be using this git init like per normal. Like for example, like uh, if you want to work, that's exactly to answer your question, Ian. So if you want to work and attach the the version control git on your working folder, that's where you create git init. So git init, it will generate the .git, and then it will bring you to this working directory. So when I say working directory, you can start, let's say, it'll be so much easier if I can just, I'll do some demo later. So this is like what you normally do on your assignment, whereas like this one, it is more like the following diagram, screenshots like this. So for example, like if you have like a normal, if you have like three developers here, they have initiated the git init here, and then they have initiated git init here and git init here, and then three of them push, three of them pretty much, I'm not saying push, but three of them copy everything into your empty directory here. So empty directory, let's say this one, project 1, project 2, project 3. That's where you, if you, yeah, pretty much bear is copy of non-bear. Yes, you can say that. Yeah. So you want to create like some sort of a new repo to maintain the other non-bear. So here, like if you have like three other people working using, okay, here, this is only for your informations. So this is, for example, like if they run git init here, git init here, git init here, and then if they copy everything to your folder here, for example, like this one here, if you're the, let's say I'm the lead developer, then I will run git init dash dash bear, like that one. Oops. Which is should be small case, and then it will generate all these files. Honestly speaking, I rarely use this one. I rarely use this one because like this it's unlikely. I'm not too sure like why did they create like this bear, because like from my, like I've been working for almost probably 6-7 years using Git, but yeah, we hardly use Git init bear. Yes, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. You can say that. Yeah. But and again, I hardly use this one, so it's more like for you to know what's the difference between git init and git init dash dash bear. Okay, so I will just show you the. So it's hard to go. I don't know, honestly. I don't know, because I haven't had discussion yet with Paul, but it's good to know. It's good to know. Why am I saying it's good to know? Because I will just give you and stretch, give you like a solid foundation, and then stretch your knowledge based on your lab. So in case like, okay, that's here is your lab, git init dash dash bear, at least you know, oh, okay, I know what's the structure. Oh, I know what's the structure when the structure or the purpose when I want to use the git init, or oh, I know how to differentiate between use git init and git init dash dash bear. So at least you know what what you type on your lab sheets. Okay, so wait, I will just, oops. Okay, this is my Git. Okay, I've already created Git. Uh, when you create your GitHub here, let me double check. Is it, are you using GitHub or? Same. Okay. Because you can use GitHub or you can use Bitbucket. Same thing. I will just, yeah, I don't think the assignment, yeah, specifies which one. I will just have discussion with Paul, but yeah, that from my understanding, it doesn't really matter. It's just different vendor, but it's exactly the same purpose. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so here, if here you need to create repo. Let's say week 8. Week 8, just make it public. You have the options to make it public and private. Um, I couldn't remember in the past. You can maintain private. Oh, same, yeah. So service like GitHub, Bitbucket, or GitLab, yeah. So yeah, that's totally up to you. For this particular lab, I will just show you how to use GitHub. Okay, so let's say test week 8. So in the past, like if you want to use a private repo, you have to pay in the past, which is, I couldn't remember, maybe $8 a month. But I think since mid last year, I think Git was bought by, I couldn't remember which company, but they decide to make it free, so which is good for us. So this is public, so you can just initialize. Yeah, that's good, because I still remember, like, we spent like in my previous workplace, maybe we spent almost quite a lot, because we had like 20 or 30 repo, and then they will charge you each private repo every month. I couldn't remember. I think $12 or $11. I couldn't remember. Also, they have like different price for corporate. I couldn't remember. But for this purpose, we will just pick public, and then you can just, it's totally up to you. You can just initialize with README and use git ignore. Can you guys, has anyone here ever used git ignore before? Like, do you guys know what does it do, git ignore? Git ignore. So for example, like yes, I'll put it this way. Okay, Git. Yes, that will be great explanation. You can specify which one that you want to push to your server. So for example, like let's say I'm developing a website. Uh, on my website, I will have the assets folder. Inside the assets, it will have like lots images, which I don't want them to get pushed to the server. So I will just specify in the git ignore. So that's the purpose. So you will I will just show you when it comes to the git status. Okay, for now I will just I'm not using git ignore. I will just create report here. Okay, clear. Here, I will just click this one and then click to copy here. Oh, okay. What type of git ignore? It depends. Like, let me get back. Very good questions. Let me get back to repo. New git ignore. Okay. It depends on which programming language that you want to use. So for example, like if that's Microsoft, hopefully no, Microsoft .NET, no. I believe PHP. Oh no, okay. I believe I used Microsoft before. So Ruby on Rails, for example. Okay, Microsoft, they're using Visual Studio. So if you're developing, let's say, a Visual Studio, then you need to add git ignore this on this one. Yes, the main language in the project. So git ignore, they will just use the most common template. Oh, this is PHP, the Zen framework. Okay, so yeah, they will just use based on the common git ignore that many people use. So for example, like if you're developing using Perl, or if you're developing, I'm not too sure, is there in Bash or Linux here? I'm not too sure. Don't think so. Don't think so they have it. But if they don't have it, yeah, you couldn't find Bash. But if they don't have it, that's totally fine. Totally fine. You can just use, for example, like let's say the C one, the C language, and it will just generate the git ignore. And then from the .git ignore, you can just customize based on the Bash script. So for example, like if you want to exclude, let's say, I'm just saying, let's say inside your Bash folder, you have the assets. Okay, that'll be the easiest to describe. Let's say you have the assets, and inside your assets, you have the images, you have the, like SVG, you have like documentation that you don't wanna push. You can specify over there. So here the list, it will just give you like an easiest template for you to start with, but in the end you will customize it anyway. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's go back to week 8 here. Okay, so there will be two ways. I will not show you this one because I think you have done what you did on your first assignment. It'll be like this. You just simply need to clone. Okay, and then it will be there. That's the week 8 here, the Git. So if we see inside the Git, that's where you see the content of git dash dash bear, which is this one. Yes, you need to authenticate Git to get it from GitHub. At the moment, I think I did that in the past, and then it is just automatically saved on the cache. So that's why, like when I git clone, uh, yeah, you can have. I mean, like you don't really have to authenticate Git all the time. Uh, you don't really have to type your username password all the time. Pretty much, you can just simply do push and commit and pull all the time without having without having to validate all your details by creating the RSA key. So if I show you here. Yeah, if you created the key, it will bypass everything. It will bypass all of them. But yeah, we don't really. I mean, like in this course, in this particular course, we don't really expect you to up to that level. But if you have time, to or if you want to be expert on the Git, because it'll be very important. Definitely, you will use it anywhere you work. So from here. Oh, that's good. That's great, Ian. So for those of you, like if you uh, don't want to get annoyed by typing your username password all the time, you need to go to this one, SSH key, and then here you need to type, let's say, week 8, and then you need to create SSH key from here. I couldn't remember on top of my head, but just Google around how to create SSH key from here, and then you will, once you create the SSH key from your machine, you just need to open up the .pub. I believe I have it here, maybe somewhere. Let me double. Oh, there you go. I have non-host. Oh no, I haven't created the SSH key. Okay, so you should have it. You should have the .pub, which is the public key. That public key you just need to attach to this one. So on your machine you have a private key, but you need to publish your public key here. So when you push, and then they will know, oh, okay, I know this public key, and then it will bypass your username password. Please don't accidentally share your private key. Okay, so just remember to share your public key. Don't share your private key. Private key, only you and your computer, and you need to save it somewhere. That's to decrypt your public key encryptions, which is another topic. Okay. Okay, back to this one. Okay, let's say. Okay, let's say I don't want to. I want to show you. I want to demo by using git init instead of clone. Instead of clone this one, because you have done the cloning. I will just remove this one. Let's say I create the folder. So ls. Okay, I create the folder. Let's say week 8. Week 8. Create folder week 8, and then I will go inside the week 8, and then I will just use. I will create a file. So the purpose, I would like to show you on this demo. I will use the git init and then create a file git init and then push to this repo. Okay, I will just create touch hello world, vi hello world, and then hello world university, pwd, and then I will just type. There's nothing over there, and then I will type git init here. Bang. I will type git init, and you will see this one, this folder. So now I'm creating a working directory for Git. The next one will be I need to create the remote. Wait. Okay. Yep. I need to create the remote of my origin of my this one. So when I'm saying git remote at origin, I'd like to introduce, for example, like this working directory. When I hit the git push, it will connect to this one. So git remote at origin. Okay, I will just use I will commit -m, which is create message, test hello world. That's for commit message. This test commit message here. Okay, so I've already message, and now I will just push the code. Origin master. What is my username? Oh, okay. Failed to push. Okay, some reference. Just give me a second. Let me. Git status. Git repo. You have created the folder here, so you don't need to make a project folder again here, because you have already created. Oh, I think I need to pull. I need to pull origin master. I believe I need to pull. Yes, pull. So ls. Okay, I'll show you what was the error. Do you guys notice what's going on? Yeah, correct. So because here I have already I've got the file created, the README, because I take that one, I take the previous one, the options to create README, and then here when I create the folder previously, like I don't have the README because I need to pull to get the latest working environment from the server. So that's a problem. That's why when I wanted to push, it was complaining. Let me try again. Oh, I have. Correct. That's correct. If I didn't tick the README and then I will just simply push that one, it will definitely work. Okay. One thing that I missed. So I have already created this hello world. I have already commit, but I forgot to add that file to from untracked to stage. There you go. And now I need to run. So I miss the git add command, and then I just typed the commit. I just created the message. So that's the issues. So the step would be I will just quickly. So the step would be just create git init and then create the remote. Pretty much like specify the remote. So git remote at origin, and then your server repo folder git add. No, you will have to use should be git add dot. It will take your everything from your current directory. Get dot. Or I believe you can just use git add star. So create add, and then once you specify the remote, so it will this one create local working directory. This is to tell your local that to point to your server repo, and then this is to add your file from untracked status to stage status. Once you add, you need to commit and put the message. This is to commit your changes. And lastly, just push origin master. Why master? Origin is your local, working environment. Master, the master is your branch here. This is the master branch. There you go, the master branch. So it will git push origin master 300. Cool. So let's check what's going on. There you go. That's hello world, like that. So I will show you the usage of the important command that you need to know. Git branch to list what branch do you have. Git branch. At the moment, I'm working on the master branch. Okay, and the status, it's to show what's going on with your current working directory. Okay, it's clean. That's good. But if we make additional changes, so for example, like if I create something like this, I want to change hello world Jeffrey here. Okay, and then what will happen if you git status? There you go. Okay, it will tell you, hey, you have modified your file. So what you need to do again, you need to, should be fine. See, that's fine. Git add all of them, and then status again. What's going on? Oh, okay. So change to be committed. Okay, from not stage for commit to change to be committed. And then you commit -m, which is the message, second commit. Okay, push origin master. There you go. And then again, we check what's going on. It's clean. Now, if we go here and then we check, we click this one, you will see the message history. There you go. That's the first commit. And the second commit is the message here. Does that make sense or a bit confusing? Because honestly, that's good. Because it's hard for me to understand when I firstly introduce. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's good. Okay. It's quite hard for me to understand because I got exposed with SVN before. So for me, Git was quite difficult in the past. Okay. So do you guys have you guys ever used branch before? Like create the branch? Okay, yeah. So that's fine. Remember, if you create branch, always, 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 always pull all the time from your parent branch. It will avoid the conflict. 95%. Another 5% if you forgot to pull. Definitely. But if you always before you start doing stuff on your current branch, remember to pull your code. It will save you hours to figure it out, the conflict. If you want to switch between branch, you can use the git checkout. Switch between branch. At the same time, if you want to create like second branch, here, this is minus dash b, switch b, it will create the branch. There you go. What I'm saying like this all the time. Let's say I want to start working on this branch. Okay. Remember to pull from the master branch all the time here because I created from master. But if I create a new branch, let's say git branch, I'll show you. Git branch here. I'm in the second branch, right? And then if I create another branch from the second branch, check out -b from second branch. Okay. Yes, it's nightmare, but it's fun. Git branch here. You have to pull from second branch all the time. Couldn't find remote. Oh, okay. Because I haven't pushed my branch, so that's a problem. Yeah, that's if I've already pushed the branch to the server. This one. Yeah, I haven't pushed to the server because at the moment it has only one branch. It has only one branch, I believe, 100%. Yeah, it has only one branch here. But if I've already pushed my second branch to the server, let's say second branch, push. I think I can just use push only. Push origin second branch. Okay, so I push my second branch to the server. Here. There you go, second branch. Now I have already created. I'm second branch. Let's say check out from second branch. Git pull origin second branch. Already up to date. Does that make sense? Hopefully it's makes sense everything. Lastly, I want to show you Git log. Git checkout, master, Git log. Git log will tell you the history of your of all the commit. So this is what I did on my master branch. Test commit message, second commit. So that is pretty much all of the Git stuff from page 1 to page 3 on your lab sheets, I believe. Wait. Yes, I have covered page 1, 2, and 3. Okay. The last 10 minutes, it will be pretty straightforward because it's still introductions to Bash, still not complicated. I believe the topic just so we have done this. Yeah, pretty much the topic simple script, variables, assign value to variables, arithmetic, and conditional, which is if else. So we can just simply cover all of them. It's okay, we just use this working environment. So simple script, the easiest one, I have already prepared this one anyway. Okay, to comment your bash, you can use hash. For now, I will just comment all of them. There you go. So that is the simple script of printing or showing the world, hello world, like that. You might come up with two different commands to print the text. One is echo, another one is printf. Printf is, if you've done C or C++, you will know printf. So the difference between echo here and printf, echo will by default, when you print out your text, it will give additional break or \n, whereas like printf, it won't give you any additional \n. So I will just show you hello, like that. Okay. So why is this green? Because previously I have run the following command. That's right. Thank you, Ian. Following command to execute this one. That's why you can run that one. Hello world, hello. See, that's the difference. This is using, that's right, chmod 755. So this is using echo, and this is using printf. So printf, it won't give you any additional \n. I think the script 2, it's from your, I have already prepared. Script 2 is from your page 5 of your lab. I've seen the... Oh, this one. So this one, Ian. This one. So yeah, first line. Have you done C before? C or C++? If you haven't done C or C++, that's totally fine. Okay, that's okay. So this one, it will tell the this the script to interpret from bin bash. So if you want to, let's say if you have like a different type of bash, you can just tell. So the first line, it will tell the interpreter. That's the first line. They call it this one shebang. I don't know, like from the Linux. If you check out from online Google, they call it like shebang. Yes, like that. So don't get confused. I think it's still working fine. I believe it's still working fine if you remove that one. But that's a good practice that you have to use it. Always, you have to add that one always, all the time. Remember, like on your lecture, Paul suggests that we have to use the bash instead of, I can't remember, like bone shell or some other interpreter, but the most portable one is the one that we interpret this one. So let's say I believe if you remove this one, let's say you remove this one, I believe it should be still working fine. There you go. It should be still working fine, but it will be working fine maybe on my environment. Why? Because I have just installed this bash, and then bash is my default interpreter. Okay, so but if you don't specify this one on your script, and then let's say I move this script to some other machine, Linux machine, and then they don't have, let's say they set up a different interpreter as their default. It's definitely break your systems. Okay, so that's why it's very important for you to specify the shebang bin bash, because like this one, the bash interpreter, it's like it's, you know, like if you move on different Unix system, definitely they will have the bin bash. They will definitely have that one, because yeah, that's pretty much like the generic, the common, make it portable. So that's, hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so that's the first script. Variable, it's pretty straightforward. I think I've already shown you in the past on our previous lab, RMIT University. I believe you cannot use space because it will break. See that one? You cannot use space. If you want to assign your variable, no space. Remember, that's important here. Oh, that's bash. Oops. Okay, set. Oh, oops. Oops, my bad. I forgot the quotation. Yes. So if you echo your university, it will show. That's variable, okay? What else? You can just use this one, echo, hello, university. Oops, my bad. Oh, okay, that's a good one. Remember, variable is case sensitive. There you go. What will happen if I change it's a single quotation? What will happen? Anyone can make a guess? Okay, that's right. Very good point. It will just interpret, just print that out whatever you type, literally. So that's the thing. Very good. Okay, now we have covered one, two, how to assign to variable. So that's the one I think I've already prepared. Hopefully two, not two, three. There you go. This is how to assign your variable. Just use read. So if we use this one, it's not gonna work because I haven't run the ch mode. But alternatively, I can just use bash 3.sh, which I don't really recommend it. But yeah, it's still working fine. Like that one, hello Jeffry Susanto. But the best way to do it is 3.sh 3. Should be like that. RMIT, RMIT, cool. So what else? Oh, I will just quickly show you about potentially its useful functions. By the way, this is the last slide before we finish up. I will just quickly show you. Hopefully, and I'm pretty sure it's useful. It's useful. Okay, so the let functions, it will allows you to do a simple arithmetic. Okay, whereas if you face these two functions, it has a similar purpose, but like a different output. Like the second one, expression, which is prints the answer. Well, let's check how it goes. Let a 7 plus 8 echo a, like that. So if you want to do arithmetic, you need to use this command, let. What will happen if you can also use this one, 7 plus 8, doesn't matter. It will still just interpret it as 15, doesn't matter. You can also use the expression. The difference between let and expression, let will do arithmetic here and allocate to variable a, whereas expressions here, it will just print out straight away. Oops, there you go. It will just print out the value. Remember, if you want to use expressions, it's a bit tricky. You need space here because what will happen if we just remove the space? It will just interpret it as a string. So just be careful on that. So that's exactly the same thing. Like if we use, quote. But if we just use space, it will interpret exactly the same. So two of this sample and this one, it will be interpreted as a string. So might be a useful useful functions for you. So another thing that I want to show you, let's say you have 4 greater than 5 here, echo 0. But what will happen if you change this one? Let's say 0 and 1. So it's more like Boolean. So that's for your information. It's useful. Okay. No, you cannot use expression to assign a variable. You have to use let to assign a variable. Expressions, yes, just do some math. You cannot assign a variable using expressions, just let. Yeah, pretty much like if you want to use let specifically, that command, it is used for arithmetic. Okay, so before we finish up, I'd like to show you one last example. So we have covered this one, arithmetic basically. Yes, that's using let and expressions. And lastly, it's a condition. Condition, I think I have it open here. In bash, I will just remove this one. Remove. Okay. Test 1, test 2. So if my age lower than your age, so I have already assigned here 118, here it will print out this one. So remember, if you want to use if also a bit tricky, because you need to make sure that you have space here, like this. So let's see what will happen if we execute that one. Test 2, okay. Test 2. So the first one, it will go to test 2, but if we change this one to 10, it will go test 1. So if else, it's just simple comparison. I believe there will be like two different methods to use if else. First one, if you want to put then in the same line with the if, you have to use the this one, semicolon. But if you want to use this kind of structure, you don't really have to use semicolon, I believe. There you go. So 2 options. It's totally up to you. If you've done like some other programming language, probably it's more like something like this. If something like this, or if something like this. So it's more like your preference. So which one that you want to use? Like they have like different preference on different sysadmin. They want to use this style or that style, which is like this one is like a then and then fi, or oops, here should be like this one and then and then here fy. I shouldn't use that like this. So it's totally up to you. It's totally up to you. That's it. Let me double check. What do I? Could we see the script where you put or take your name? Oh yes, sure, definitely. 2. Oops, 3. There you go. Feel free to Oops. There you go. Hopefully I can copy this one. Hopefully it's useful. Thank you. Wait. Just give me a second. I will think what I miss. Oh, I have some other script. Some other script to show you. VI, let's say for sh here. That's another script. Previously, we were using the lower than, greater than, and this one some other script. I will just give it to you. +4. This is the script. So that's just to give you a different example, like from the first one. Which one? Oh, the first one I haven't typed in. I will just use the first one. There you go. The first one. Okay, let me double check. What do I miss from? Again, you gotta practice from all the example given in the lab 8. You just need to follow the instructions. When you have time, don't forget to probably after this lab, there are 3 exercises from questions 1, question 2, and 3 that you need to do. You know, just to give you to give you like a better understanding about how to use like a bash, and it'll be very useful for maybe you can if you I've already exposed like pretty much like the Git example, so you can skip question 1, but probably it'll be useful for you if you can just use question 2, work on question 2 and question 3. Just give me a second. I will just use. Yeah, pretty much it. Git account. Yeah, important for you to test your Git account. Create your Git account, and then probably you can just try to push, because it'll be very useful for you. Definitely, like if you wanna apply for a sysadmin role or any developer, they will ask you like, hey, have you ever used any Subversion control, like any version control? If you don't mention about SVN, which is good, and because like we don't really use it, just focus on Git. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yes, pretty much it for today. I hope that you spare your time to do this too, and feel free to ask me for the solutions. Yeah, should be straightforward. Definitely should be straightforward. If you have any questions, let me know. Maybe you don't really. Yeah, you don't really have to post on the discussions. Just try that one. If you've got stuck, yeah, feel free to email me. because I'm not too sure I'm not too sure what's going on with the next session, you know, like because like class A, they will have their lab on Monday. So if I want to publish the solutions, yeah, probably I will publish after Monday. And for you, if you've got your answer, just keep it to yourself for now, because it'll be like a good practice for everyone, like this one. Yes, pretty much it from me. Any question? I'm not too sure whether you want me to post this PPT PowerPoint. I'm not too sure whether it has the added value for you guys. But yeah, but if you okay, yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, I will just post it. Yeah, I will just post this PowerPoint. Hopefully, yeah, it will give added value for you guys. Okay, thank you so much for coming. Have a good night, and uh, hopefully you can start working on your assignment. I believe it's about compiling the kernel. Oh yeah, I forgot to ask you guys, how is it going about the kernel? Have you tried? Have you tried yet the kernel? I will just stop this.